Hey everyone.
Hello. Um, I think we should go ahead and get started now. Um, Before we begin, I just want to say that this is a CNCF event, so we will be recording this and posting it to the Deus Labs YouTube channel. If you don't consent being recorded, please drop off. Um, but yeah, I think we can go ahead and get started with the agenda for today on Akri. So today I'll be moderating. We have Joseph on notes and Brian is doing issue triage. Brian messaged me earlier today saying that he needs to be on a bus for his kids or something. And he actually triaged the issues last night. So we can take a look at that at the end. Um, I have two items on the agenda. One is to discuss the next Akri release, and second is to do the issue triage. So that's done already. So for the next Akri release, we can go ahead and get started discussing that agenda item. But I'm always happy to talk a bit more about other things if other people have topics. Um, so yeah, let's get started discussing the Akri release. Um, I think I was talking to Ditia and Joseph, and they feel that like we're pretty overdue for release. So I think we'd like to push that through and do a new release of Akri. Um, Edric, you seem to have the most experience with this. Do you want to kind of uh, comment and kind of educate us on how it's been done in the past, and then we can move forward from there.
Sure. I guess Kate would really be the one uh, to opine on this, but really cutting a new release really comes when we have enough features and changes um, made to Akri that we think um, is different enough. Yeah.
I
Um,
see.
I'm not sure if there's really that much to it. If there's any sort of like big fixes and then big features going out, then we could just cut a new release. The biggest thing is really just making sure that it's tested with all kind of run through our CI/CD pipeline, and um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Got it. And what about like the process side? So like you said, it's a matter of just like meeting those conformance things, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, pretty much. Let's see if we have a document on this. Kate might have written something up on how we do this. If not, um, it's pretty straightforward, pretty much just based on at whichever moment we decide to cut a release, we basically take that, bump up the version number, and that's pretty much it. I guess the real question is, um, yeah, like whether it's big enough a change and stable enough a change to warrant a 1.0 release, or it's just gonna be another sort of 0.x release.
Got it. Um, Aditya, do you have any more insight into like whether you think like what the new features we've added and if that constitutes like a release first and foremost, and whether like you think it constitutes a 1.0 release?
Uh, Off the top of my head, I thought prior that we'd probably do like a minor version release and not like a full 1.0 release. I think most of the updates were just general quality fixes. We updated the Rust toolkit and the tool chain. That's about it. But yeah, so off the top of my head, I think we should just do a minor release. I can take a look to see if there's anything that would constitute it being a major release.
Yeah, I think the implications of doing major releases, I think the bar is pretty much whether or not it's good enough to be put into a production solution. So that's kind of the mental model for that. Um, and it's generally a pretty big thing, I guess, to bump it up to the 1.0. In the chat, I also put in our actual release process. Um, so this is just a document that outlines how, what are all the checkboxes that need to be fulfilled before we cut a release.
Did you paste that in the chat?
Yeah, it's a. Oh, sorry, I DM'd it to DTL. Let me send that to everybody.
Oh, great.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. Well, I think, yeah, for the minor release, then we can go ahead and follow this list and set up a bug bash or something, but we can do that offline. I can ping the Akri Slack. And then go ahead and do that. Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. So I guess, yeah, let's try and go for a minor release of Akri for this month.
Cool.
I guess, yeah, some other topics popped into mind. I was just digging along in the open source like CNCF Slack channels, and there's a contributor strategy tag. I don't know if tag is the right word, or channel or something. Basically, like, kind of discussing how like, how to help like these different open source projects under CNCF like gain more engagement and adoption. And like, I think one thing in terms of the production release is that like we could have a document for like on the Akri GitHub where it outlines like whether we're okay with Akri being in production or not. Because like, even though 1.0 does like imply production ready, like people might like still consume a 0 point something version of production if we don't like explicitly say like we're not production ready. And like, yeah, like I think the recommendation I got from some people in that channel was that like having a clear document saying like either we are ready for production or not, and if they're going to try to use it for production, what are the gotchas that they might find, kind of like clearly outlining those expectations. How do we feel about generating that kind of document for Akri? Or do we feel it's like unnecessary and we should, yeah, open for discussion here?
I think that's a great idea. I mean, if we're looking to make Akri more production focused and trying to get everyone to use it, I think we should definitely have like a document for just support general things, and yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I think tying it into our roadmap would be something to keep in mind. Maybe like basically this is sort of what the current state is. What is our path to production? What are the gotchas and things that you have to be aware of if you put Akri right now as it currently is into your solutions, and what to expect. So from my perspective, it's closely tied to our roadmap, right? I guess at some point we're kind of working towards a production ready state.
Got it. Yeah. And the roadmap, you mean on the docs page, right?
Yes. Tab. Yeah. We should actually kind of sync that one up with our roadmap on our docs site. Don't know when the last time it was updated, although I think Kate takes a pretty good Kate does a pretty good job at updating the page, but I'll drop a link in the I'll drop the link here. Yeah, maybe some way, maybe an update to the website.
Cool.
Yeah, based on our GitHub roadmap.
The GitHub roadmap being the projects board, right?
Correct. Yeah, so that's the most live and up to date sort of roadmap. It's all the technical features, basically distilling those into higher level directions for the docs website.
Cool. Yeah, I like that. Great. And another point is, so I know on our GitHub we have the code owners file, which includes Kate Goldenring, Brian Fjordstad, Roa, and Yurka. So those are the 4 core maintainers of Akri. I was also sent a resource from this contributor strategy tag that like it might also be good to kind of define like the roles and how we can get community people to kind of like get those roles in the future and like what defines a code owner and stuff like that. Have we considered that in the past or?
Yeah, we have. So I was talking to Karen about this, and she had a template for this that we were thinking about implementing. We just never got a chance to do it, mainly because most people at that point who were working on it were just already in the core, like on the code owners list. But I know something that we thought about, I talked to Karen about this, is sort of like the laddered approach, where there are different stages that you can graduate into, I suppose, or take on more responsibility, right? Like you can first start as a contributor and then kind of move your way up to maintainer and then core maintainer and then emeritus after, I suppose. So that is something that we can, that is definitely something I think we can implement. And also maybe we have a foundation or we kind of create something that really puts the contributors at the forefront. I know some GitHub pages kind of have a section on the README that, is that pulls their GitHub profiles and says, oh, like, these are our contributors. Maybe something that kind of puts.
Oh, Edric, I think I lost your audio.
Yeah, sorry, my headphones are running out of battery. But yeah, basically something that puts the contributors at the kind of on the front page of Akri. I think that's a kind of nice way to acknowledge the work that they've done.
I like that. Okay, that can be some stuff we can get to in August too. So great. Right. Any other topics from folks? Otherwise, I'll just project the project board and we can take a look at it.
I guess one thing is CFPs are already due for KubeCon Detroit. So I suppose that for KubeCon North America, we haven't. Is there any sort of plans for presentation? Like, I guess, Michael, for you, it might be good to see to chat with Karen to see what the CNCF booth is going to look like for Detroit, whether or not we want to run one.
Right. So the CNCF booth is so are you talking about like, oh, so CNCF is all the open source projects and see if we have an Akri presence, is that?
Yeah, exactly. So we had one in Europe. So basically at KubeCon, sort of on the showcases, there's a corner sectioned off for CNCF projects specifically, and within that section, you have a lot of the CNCF projects there. Just to see whether or not we should strategize with Karen to see whether or not we should, what it looks like this year for KubeCon North America, and yeah, what the requirements are, and I think it's worthwhile to have a booth presence. So long as we have enough people to staff it.
Got it. Okay, yeah, I can chase that up with Karen. Like how would you feel about, or how would we feel about like presentations and stuff? Like I know Kate normally does those. Like should I be talking to Kate and try and setting up something for Akri?
Yeah, I guess the part here is that it's for any. I'll double check this, and maybe this is an action item to see if I'm pretty sure the CFPs were long due. I think they were due last KubeCon pretty much.
Oh, okay.
But I guess it really depends on sort of from now till Detroit, is there anything going to be? Is there any work going into Akri that is different than what we've already presented, right? Like, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Because the biggest thing is, I guess, like we can't get a formal talk in at this point, at least not for the main KubeCon. I'll have to go double check for like the auxiliary co-located events. But if there is something that we want to demo and we do have a booth at the CNCF corner, then that's also something that we can plan for, right? We could do like a mini presentation or mini demo at the Akri booth.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. So in terms of like presenting, right? So like probably not for the main KubeCon because we missed that. But if we were to present at one of the co-located like audiences, then we might have to like do something new, right? Maybe that it's a case study or something with someone or like
Yeah, exactly.
right.
Like it would have to be pretty different from all of the talks and things that Kaden or I have done in the past.
Cool. Okay. So did you say you'll check up on that, Edric?
Yeah, I'll check
Cool.
up on the co-located events. The biggest thing too is really like even for the co-located events, it's like the question is also like what is the thing that we would be presenting, even if the CFPs are not due yet, which I think they probably are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can I'll think about that too, see if I can get some case studies going or like see if there's something new we can talk about.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Cool. Cool. All right. Any other topics? All right, I'll share my screen quickly then and go through the project board just to see what's going on. Screen. And the Zoom share screen is really different. Can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Cool. So yeah, so just to call out for issues, our like most recent issues, I guess we didn't know that we had to tag the Akri roadmap project for these. So then these issues weren't showing up. So yeah, so we went ahead and like added the Akri roadmap into the issues that were submitted, like the last like 5 to 10 issues that were submitted. And then they all started popping up on the projects board, and Brian triaged them yesterday. So I know there should be ones that Joseph you're working on and Aditya you're working on. This is your one, Joseph. Aditya, sorry.
We could move that to in progress.
To in progress.
Yep.
Sweet. Cool. I think my one is investigating. So wait, backlog means no one's doing anything, right? Is that what backlog means?
Yeah, or pretty much like we determined that like there's other things with higher priority, so it's like take a hold off on this.
Okay. I've been looking at this one. I've started. I guess we can leave it here, but yeah, this probably will get moved to investigating at some stage. And then I want to hit the one Joseph has. I don't see it. Go back to these issues. It was this one, right? Okay. Right, this is
Yeah, that
this
looks
is the one
right.
you're looking at.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I think we should stop. Like, should I assign you? Like, assign this one to you?
Yes. Yeah, that would be good.
So I can see your picture.
Let's be Joseph Neerman.
Oh, wait.
I'll see if I can assign it to myself real quick.
Okay.
and-
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was following this this one. Leo, I think, might submit a proposal. Brian commented saying sounds pretty cool. You should submit a proposal, and Leo will do that. So hopefully I can get Leo to come to our next community meeting and, you know, talk about his proposal.
Yeah, that would be cool if he can get the proposal in prior to the
Yeah.
next meeting. Then he can put him on the agenda list, and then we can go over it.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, hopefully, Kate can swing by next time.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think yeah, Joseph, you can add yourself to that. Oh, it's this one. No. Joseph.
Yeah, I think I'm lacking permissions on the repo to add myself there. So that's something we can resolve after this.
Okay, cool. All righty. I think we're good, right? Any other topics? See the giraffe going, no.
I know this thing is it's kind of goofy.
All right, well, thanks everyone.
Thank you, thank you.
Thanks.
Have a great August.
Thanks.
See y'all.
See you all.